Hello, students. You are welcome to Unit 5 of this module, and you are also welcome to the final session of this unit. And in this final session, we will be looking at evaluating the evaluative process. My name is Patrick Ejay. Now, by the end of this session, you should be able to explain the methods used for curriculum evaluation, state the instruments used for curriculum evaluation, and state the criteria of a good evaluative instrument. Now, methods of curriculum evaluation. And the methods of curriculum evaluation are observation, interview, questionnaire administration, as well as testing. So these are the methods that can be used to evaluate the curriculum. And the results that will be obtained from these evaluations will then be given to the curriculum designers to enable them to make the necessary changes and improvements in the physics curriculum. So through observation, through interview, through questionnaire administration and testing, the kind of data that will be collected will then be given to the designers, and the designers will now use this information to make changes and improvements in the physics curriculum. Now let's look at the instruments for curriculum evaluation. And based on the methods of evaluation, we saw that the methods were observation, we can use interview, we have questionnaire administration, and testing. So based on these four methods, then we can have these instruments for evaluating the curriculum. And these instruments are observational guide or schedule, interview guide or interview schedule. We can use questionnaire and test or examination. So these are the instruments that can be used to collect data, and this data can provide us a whole lot of information about the strengths and the weaknesses of the physics curriculum, which the designers of the curriculum will take into consideration the various kind of information that the instrument generated in order to make the appropriate changes and improvements in the physics curriculum. Now, evaluating the evaluative process. And it is necessary that we evaluate the instruments which are being used in the curriculum evaluation. So if we want to use observation as the instrument, observation schedule, observation guide as an instrument, then we must evaluate these instruments to find out whether they can help us obtain the information that we need about the curriculum. If it is interview, it is the same thing we will do. If it is questionnaire, we have to evaluate the questionnaire to find out whether they can collect the data or the information we sought to take. And so for this purpose, you might ask yourself the following questions. These are some questions you must ask anytime you want to evaluate the instruments that will be used to collect data on the instrument for evaluating the entire curriculum. And so we must ask questions such as, are the instruments and methods used valid and reliable? Do the instruments measure what they intend to measure? Validity. Do the instruments produce consistent results? Reliability. All these must be taken into consideration anytime we are evaluating the instrument that is being used to obtain data about the curriculum. So we must obtain data, we must obtain data on the validity and reliability of the instrument that is being used. Also, we must determine the measures of validity and reliability that are being used, as well as are the evaluative instruments and methods based on specified objectives. So the instruments that are being used, what are the objectives that these instruments will sort answers to? We must find out all this. And then, what type of data analysis are we going to use to analyze the data that will be collected anytime we want to evaluate the instruments that will be used to evaluate the curriculum? So we must find out the type of data analysis. Is it, if we are using SPSS, normally we'll be using the SPSS. And if we are using SPSS, which tool in SPSS? Is it correlation that was being used? Did we do maybe a simple regression analysis? All these must be, we must find answers to all this to find out the extent to which the instrument that we are going to use can help us obtain information on the curriculum that is being used. And also, is the evaluation an ongoing process? Is the evaluation going to be an ongoing process? Is it going to be formative? Is it going to be summative? We must determine this anytime we are evaluating the evaluative instrument. Now, students, we have looked at methods of curriculum evaluation as well as the instruments for curriculum evaluation. And we saw that with the methods, we have observation, we have interview, we have questionnaire administration, and we have testing. And based on these methods, we can get instruments such as interview guide, we can get observation guide, we can get questionnaire, we can get test items or examination. Now, as we bring this session to an end and also an end to Unit 5, let us take this question and find answer or answers to this question. List 3 techniques that you, as a prospective teacher, you can use to evaluate the physics curriculum design. Students, thank you for your time and thank you for joining this session. See you in subsequent sessions in this module.